morning, East Castle Place. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody has their favorite cup of joe with them, a cup of coffee. I treated myself this morning to some Starbucks, of course the iced coffee variety. Hope everybody's doing well out there, enjoying this month of December, and please join me in the first sip. Alright, let's jump into it. COVID-19. The topic that has now gone on for over 9 months. We are still very much in the thick of it, and so with that, we currently have 3 residents on our COVID unit, which is our 5th floor of Bradford Terrace. All 3 are in stable condition. All 3 did come from the memory support neighborhood, which is our 3rd floor of Bradford Terrace. I also want to dispel a couple of things that I'm hearing from some of your fellow neighbors. And of course I wish I could fully share all the information, but due to HIPAA precautions I cannot, with names and things of that nature. But what I do want to assure you is that we did have one couple in the independent living area that had COVID-19, were diagnosed outside of East Castle Place, but are fully recovered. There was also minimal to no contact tracing and discussing that with them about who they contacted, which is why there was only really nobody that was contact traced and monitored and quarantined for symptoms. I also want to assure you that in independent living, recently we have not had anyone pass away. Now obviously over the course of the last 3 months there have been residents that have passed away from COVID-19 and kind of complications from that, which has been reported in all of the memos. But I want to assure you that in the last 4 weeks that no residents from independent living have passed away due to COVID-19. So hopefully that helps dispel some of the concern. Of course, in the event, as always, that a resident would contract COVID-19, we go through our rigorous contact tracing method and process, and make sure everybody knows and is tested and is quarantined in that regard. So again, we are testing regularly assisted living, the memory support neighborhood, as well as our skilled nursing 2 times per week. Along with that, we are also testing over 60, closer to 75 employees that have direct care in those areas, to include the food and beverage team, the housekeeping staff, maintenance staff, and of course the direct line workers, CNAs, nurses, and administrative staff that work in those areas. Through that process, of course, we've also captured as our protocol some of those employees that may have been asymptomatic or have shown symptoms of COVID-19. Obviously, if our employees or residents are showing any signs of COVID-19, they are tested immediately with our rapid test machine. And if those results obviously are positive, that employee or that resident is then quarantined or self-isolated, in the employee case outside of East Castle Place, obviously inside East Castle Place, in their respective areas or the 5th floor of Bradford Terrace. That protocol is not changing. That program is actually going to probably see a little bit of a further development of testing and things of that nature. We're trying to increase our capabilities. We're close to partnering with a partner that will actually provide the testing for us, and I'm hoping that that leads to expanding the testing capabilities that we have due to the increase that hopefully will come along with this partner and resources. So as I know more, which means potentially in the future that testing may be available for independent living, that will be communicated and that will be offered. This will run through insurance, but I assure you when that time comes, a formal communication will happen. So Again, I don't want you to take this word that I'm saying and saying, oh, Tyler's saying that testing is going to be available, let me get tested tomorrow. That is not the case at this time. What I'm telling you is that we have a partner that we are closely working with that may increase our capacity to test the entire campus. Now, obviously, hand in hand with that is the COVID-19 vaccine, which I'm sure you've all seen via the news. I also recorded a State of the Castle with some of my colleagues yesterday and kind of dove into that, but I want to take another dive with you this morning over our cup of coffee. So the state of Wisconsin last week selected the Pfizer vaccine. So Pfizer Pharmacy is the selected pharmacy for the state of Wisconsin. That was a state decision. East Castle Place, along with many senior living communities across the nation, partnered with CVS. CVS is our partner that will do the administration of the vaccine. As you know, the vaccine has to be held in ultra cold storage until the vaccine is administered. What I do not know, and what I want to make sure is clear, is I do not know when this vaccine will be available to East Castle Place, as well as how many doses will be available to East Castle Place. Now, we've put in for our full campus, however, it is at the state discretion of how those are distributed as well as administered. Now, I can tell you that for sure that our skilled nursing floors, as well as our skilled nursing staff members, will receive that first opportunity for the vaccine. I have heard rumblings as well of other areas of the community within senior living that may be able to receive the vaccine as well. I, at this time, cannot commit anything to you if you're watching this in independent living or assisted living that will happen. Again, the more information I have, I definitely will share. And I want to be very, very clear in the communication with the campus at large. I will tell you that I've had a number of your neighbors come to me and say, Tyler, when can I get the vaccine? I may be going somewhere out of state soon. I need the vaccine. Unfortunately, until we know how much vaccine we're going to have available, until I know the acceptance rates from our employees, which again, I cannot make mandatory. That is a federal guideline. I cannot make that guideline because again, the FDA just approved the vaccine last week, and Moderna will be also approved, looks like this week. And so again, we are strongly encouraging our employees. I can tell you there seems to be a very high acceptance rate from our employees. But at that time, you know, it's at the employee's discretion. Of course, we're going to do everything to campaign and educate and things of that nature. But same thing for residents and staff, it is not mandatory. Again, that is a federal guideline. I don't make those guidances here at East Castle Place, of course, but we do have to flow and follow those regulations. So, again, the vaccine, you know, you've seen, it's been administered in Wisconsin. Last night, I think there was over 250 individuals on the front lines that have been vaccinated for the first step. Again, the Pfizer vaccine is a two-step process. One, and then roughly 28 days later, somewhere in that time frame, is when that second dose has to be administered. Again, I want to tell you that the vaccine does not make us superhuman. We will still be taking every precaution that we've been doing. We will still keep the restrictions that we have in place enforced. The masks have to be worn across the campus, including residents and staff. We have eye protection in areas of close contact, like the kitchen and our skilled nursing and assisted living areas. But again, I have to encourage you to please, 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 I'm looking for my mask right now. I wore it into the office, excuse me. It's right here. We have to continue wearing these masks, again, just a tale as old as time, appropriately like this, over the nose and the mouth. Keeping it down here doesn't do much, and of course this defeats the purpose of the mask altogether. So with that being said, we will continue the restrictions that we have in place, our outside visitor policy. If you are going outside the campus and spending an extended amount of time outside the campus, I am asking that you isolate upon return, letting us know where you're going so that we can track and monitor that. Again, not trying to play Big Brother or anything of that nature, but rather to keep you as well as your fellow neighbors safe. Again, it takes all of us. It has taken all of us to get to this point. I know that it is laborious. I know that we have all made sacrifices, and I know that you know, it's difficult. It's December. It's the holidays. We're all treating the holidays a little differently this year. Obviously, we didn't have the Christmas at the castle. I want to talk about that because I still feel very adamant and very strongly about the Christmas and holiday spirit, whatever holiday it is that you celebrate. And for those celebrating Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. And again, it takes all of us, and we need to stay strong. If you are struggling with that, whether that's emotionally or just, you know, saying, Tyler, I'm missing that, reach out to myself, reach out to Teresa, reach out to your neighbors. Drop a note at their door. Again, I'm hoping you're able to enjoy some of those happy hours that the Community Life team is doing to spread that holiday cheer. I know Teresa and I were on Friday in the historic building. It was great last Friday. To see everybody and to brighten some days. So again, like I said, even with the horizon of the vaccine, when we do get that date, again, these aren't going away. The restrictions at this time aren't, you know, progressing any further. We're going to reevaluate in the new year and see where that takes us. But at this time, that's what we have in front of us. So I hope that was helpful. Again, I will try to outline this in my weekly memos that I put out. You'll see one today, and then again next week. So I've been receiving some notes from your loved ones, things of that nature. Keep those coming. If your loved ones have questions, obviously please forward them my contact information. I'm happy to assist them however I can and help answer and any questions, dispel any rumors, so on and so forth. So that's the COVID-19 update. I'm going to grab a quick sip. All right. And again, if there's any questions regarding that, please let me know. Christmas at the castle. So last week, obviously the decision was made not to do the small group gatherings. We made that decision on Monday after hearing your neighbors as well as directors and just, I guess, the eternal optimism and realism and, you know, making the best choice for the community, as difficult as that was. However, the treasure chest, your fellow neighbors that assist in that, Mike Brever, Laura Wengler, obviously did a raffle. Mike will speak to that in the State of the Castle. Fantastic raffle prizes. The money raised was actually more than last year's Christmas at the Castle for the scholarship fund. So the castle's beautiful. I mentioned it last week and the week before about how the castle's dressed to the nines, trimmed to the nines. Those holiday decorations are beautiful. Thank you to all those that participated and thought outside the box and put up Christmas trees all over campus, which we've never had before, and it looks beautiful. So thank you for engaging in that, embracing in that, and being a part of that Christmas and holiday cheer. Again, I keep defaulting to Christmas. That's what I personally celebrate, but I am cognizant that there's Hanukkah, and I celebrate that and share and enjoy with that. Kwanzaa is another holiday that we will recognize as well, along with Christmas. So again, it looks a little bit different this year, but that's not to say that holiday cheer can't be brought. I know personally, you know, this is my first Christmas with my son and my wife, I'm not sure if you'll be able to really see this. Maybe I'll do a little close-up for you. That's Hunter. So Hunter is just over 10 weeks, celebrating 10 weeks this week. So, you know, last night we were up around 3 a.m. hanging out, which is good. You know, babies. I know I've had the opportunity to talk to a few of you, many of you, and I know I appreciate all the support and words of wisdom. But this coffee is my friend. So, you know, Stephanie and I, along with Hunter, will be celebrating, obviously a little differently this year. Usually heading up to both of our parents, having big celebrations, and that, of course, will not be happening this year. A couple other things that I just want to make mention of. The trash rooms and things of that nature I know have been a topic of conversation. I want to say thank you to Marion Fraley for putting an article out, kind of notating the process. Eric Peterson has really been leading the charge, along with our security team and housekeeping and maintenance team, to really, I was going to say fumble, but that's not the proper term, because it's not our team that fumbled. It's actually our waste management provider that really did not transition our community very well. And so Eric has reached out to a number of vendors to work through that piece. And so if there is a trash room or something of that nature that for some reason is overflowing that was missed, I apologize. This team is obviously working diligently to make sure that doesn't happen, but let the front desk know. Usually we're able to resolve that the same day. So again, I know there was also a couple tips and tricks that, you know, if you have cardboard boxes, which I know there's a number of packages coming in, thank you to the front desk and Teresa Jenkins for coordinating all that. Please do break down those boxes, especially in the recycling rooms. If you do have trash, please make sure it is fully enclosed. That will help from the smell perspective, as well as the refuse that may spill over. Again, it takes all of us to get this situation taken care of from that regard. But again, we are working diligently to get the trash services completely resolved here in the near future, that this becomes an afterthought. So appreciate everybody's patience. Again, if we've missed something, please let us know. It is not because we don't want the trash taken out. It's not because, you know, X, Y, and Z. It's truly because it was human error. So I apologize on behalf of that. But do know your team of housekeeping, security, maintenance are working diligently to make sure that the trash situation is taken care of. Who would have thought that trash would be such a topic here on Coffee with Tyler? A couple other of items. Laura Wengler and the team continue to spread that holiday cheer. Marketing and Mike Brever and the director team have also taken up the task, the challenge to figure out different ways to make sure you and your neighbors are seeing that. I know a number of you are doing the 12 days of Christmas and opening up your homes, showing them your beautiful decorations, showing your traditions and stories. Thank you for that. From a marketing standpoint, we're actually doing a virtual a virtual holiday event. And so Anna and the marketing team are working with some of your hopefully new neighbors, prospective residents, to show them East Castle Place. Even in these interesting and sometimes outside the box thinking times. Also, wanted just to touch on the state of the castle, which hopefully you'll be viewing. If you have different thoughts, ideas of ways to bring holiday cheer to East Castle Place over the next couple of weeks, please let us know. Your teams are here for you. We're all here for you to make sure that you know, that sense is there. So thank you for that, for those that are helping us out with that. And again, just dropping a note, giving a call, saying hi in the hallway, giving a smile, although I know it's underneath these masks, always makes an impact on me, and I'm sure it makes an impact on your fellow residents. I do want to let you know that I will be off-site next week, and so again, next week I will be taking a little bit of time with the family to recharge, and then I'll be back the following week in between the holiday, the Christmas holiday and the New Year's holiday, back on campus. But with that being said, you do still have Lindsay Vigut, who will take the lead for the castle, as well as all your directors and teams that will support you, of course, all the time. I'll be checking email, so again, hopefully I'll hear from you during that time, be able to respond intermittently, and of course the team does know how to get a hold of me if anything were to come up. From a vaccine standpoint, if anything were to change, of course, that's something that I will ensure, along with the team, gets out to you. Again, just because I'm not here does not mean the castle stops. Obviously, you live here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have staff members that work here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to support you. I am fortunate to work with, again, an incredible team. The staff, gosh, incredible. And on that note, I want to say thank you on behalf of the staff to the council and Barbara Hill that helped lead the charge for raising funds. Incredible generosity, so humbling. And so thank you on behalf of the hourly staff members that received that wonderful Christmas and holiday bonus in appreciation for their services throughout the course of the year. It's truly incredible, the generosity that you all share, the United Way as well, and the Giving Tree, that was monies raised for that. Alzheimer's, there's just so many benefits that we've had. Obviously the scholarship fund as well. So that about wraps it up. I know that the State of the Castle is also airing today, so I don't want to overlap too much of the information. Keep things interesting for you and keep you on the edge of your seat. But truly, I do want to wish each of you a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. It again is my 3rd year here celebrating the holidays with you, and again, just so fortunate, so blessed. In reflecting back in 2020, of course, it's been a very interesting year, to say the least. It's been a trying year, but at the same time, there's been so many of those challenges that have led into incredible achievements and opportunities and just incredible outcomes. So again, find those silver linings. I implore you to do that. Take some time. I know it's easy to sometimes focus on what we don't have or what didn't happen or what I can't do. But I urge you to find those moments, whether it's you've connected with somebody that you haven't seen in a couple of years because you had the time, or they've connected with you, some achievements that your grandkids or children have made throughout the year, even in these times. Again, that's what we're all here for. That's what we're all here to support. So with that, thank you. I wish you a wonderful holiday. There will not be a Coffee with Tyler next week. But the following week we'll get back on schedule. But again, a memo will still go out next week, most likely from Lindsay Vigut, giving you an update regarding our current status of COVID-19, along with where we stand with the vaccines. So continue to look forward to those. Those will be placed in the mailboxes, usually by about Thursday afternoon. And again, if there's questions or concerns, please do reach out. All right, with that, I'm going to sign off with a sip. Enjoy the rest of the day. Enjoy the rest of December. And I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. Take care.